I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, starting off, 5-point start for both teams. No one really looking to aggress, try and get any early information down right now. Poppy doing a little bit of a wander towards their red buff, looking like could be a red buff start for both teams, but actually no, seeing Biggie move down top side, wants to be the focus. Hit these two top laners, try and break open this matchup and let one take over the other.
Yeah, I'm taking a sneaky look at all those summoners and runes, and I see, first of all, a cleanse savior, and that means that no CC is ever allowed in the bottom lane, and also a spellbook Ari. That's not something that we see so often, because you usually like that extra oomph that the electrocute can give you, or any of the other runes, but it does give her the freedom of the teleport plus lane pressure after minute 6, because she can pick up the ignite, she can pick up even the exhaust and make a gank really easy onto an Azir whose primary job will be pushing the lane early in the game.
It's like early trading coming down, Ron landing a good hook onto Easy Love, and the damage being dealt out by the Silverheart and Fast. A little bit of a change in the items. We've seen a lot of culls traded off in the bot lane with this matchup, but going for an early longsword wants to start it off. Can't quite land the second counter strike to get it going for pun. So just basic trading back and forth. Junglers need to start to make things happen, perhaps, as they move towards topside.
Yeah, and since his name is Pan, I think if he cannot land the counter strike, he should go for the Valorant plays. All those pro are doing it right now, but both junglers are approaching the top lane, and of course it is explosive. There's Ignite.
Right now. Here comes Drakthar, gonna cut off Biggie on the way. Can't quite dash away with ease because of that steadfast presence. And Drakthar handedly winning this 1v1 right now. Flashes away and hand delivered to Pun in the follow-up. Big win for Drakthar, picks up double buffs on the top laner. Now LLT might be in a bit of trouble.
And now he does not have a second summoner as well. He still has his teleport, that's why he's backing away. He's most probably gonna TP back to lane just to be on the safe side. But there's no battle summoner and no reposition. That means that he's gonna lose his wave, his jungler is gonna lose his raptors, and everything goes wrong for AS Esports once again. Biggie, I've seen him for 3 games in a row. 3 games in a row, he does a power clear into the top side. Everyone knows this. Just do something else, my guy.
Highly predictable, completely read, and Drakthar right place, right time to convert. Now engage on the bot side, but good interrupt by Ron OP. Artemis bringing out those chakrams, just landing him in. This Boomerang Blade going to do a lot of damage. But here is Biggie. Should be able to, just going to dissuade any further attempts, but can't really put any threat onto Artemis himself. So good trading out from the Cerberus bot lane. Love to see this lane shine. Such a high point for this team in the past. Just putting the hurt down onto ASC. Jungler revealed as well, so this is going to harm ASC's a little bit more, give Cerberus all the information to work with that they need.
And I love this slow push. They're not just shoving the wave in. They don't want to give Islov all that wave back. They want to get more of Biggie's attention. They still have all of their summoners up. Islov has spent his go, so he cannot chase as effective. And they're pulling Drakthar and Yado towards the bottom lane just to pressure more. There's no wave in the mid lane. There's nothing for them to lose. But look, they just cancelled Zin's report, but on the top side.
On the top side, everyone's bot. Pun is just gonna do a little bit of dirty farming. Doesn't pick up the kill. He surely not going for the dive. Nope. Leap strike away. Still waiting for that level 6, but hit that mark and it might be a bit of a lights out for LLT.
Yeah, I think it's already kind of a lights out. If we look at the CS difference across the board, there's a 15 CS difference in the bottom side, 15 CS difference in the top side. That's like a kill for both of those players, and those are the carries. They're okay.
Right. Just hides in the bush, catches him out, but now he's backing on a ward. Biggie here to trade back if possible. He's in, can't quite find it, gonna land that strike, but Biggie just able to walk away. Does not have the follow-up, does not have the damage. A single longsword, this Wukong. the early death sets him so far behind, he cannot capitalize, and Pun's living the life, living it big in top side.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do. Wukong early game is not what it used to be. It's not like you just hold in your opponent every time you have your A out of cooldown, and it just looks sad. Everything goes so well for the side of Cerberus for now, and I think they can easily transition into the mid game. If we look at their champs, their draft is perfect if everything goes perfectly in the early game. Yes, well, as I said, maybe the now would be better, for team fights, but who wouldn't want a double CS 2-0 Jax at the 6:30 minute mark? He can almost 2v1 in like 4 minutes or so, and you straight up can disengage whenever. On the other side, you have the on the hand, you have the Ari dashes, you have the steadfast presence, and the keeper's verdict. What can AS Esports do at this point?
Now, at minute 2, Rift Herald. We've seen lots of flips happen there. Maybe this could be the angle for ASE. Hard to say. Seeing Xin roam around a little bit out of lane, could try to see us. Perhaps could we maybe try and see a support? Try and just reach that level advantage. Try and crash that try and crash that Rift Herald fight with a perhaps ultimate mismatch. Maybe that could be the angle.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of mismatch fights, but on the top side it's a 2v2 angle, 2v3 angle. Biggie still there, he hasn't got his ultimate though.
No, it's just easy. Counter-Strike follows up into the stun, and the Nimbus Strike gets interrupted by the Steadfast Presence. They're gonna easily finish off LT, and then they can go for round 2 onto Biggie. Just Leap Strike to finish it off. Play cool here, just too late. Cannot take the 1v3, my guy. It's just gonna sit there and hope people back off so he can maybe collect this wave, or perhaps catch Pun trying to be a little bit dirty here. Can swoop him under the tower. In goes the Shroomer Shuffle. Leap Strike right back out. Pun can run away to the hands of DNK. Drakthar. I'm still a series behind. But Playcool's gonna steal away the red buff. Thumo comes out knowing I kind of stuffed your red buff, Drakthar. But 2 kills for nothing. Walks away for free.
Yeah, 301 Jax before the 10-minute mark. The Silver is free farming, not a care in the world. And this dive looked so dirty, but it was so well.
And the great spell shield comes on out. And is he going to continue on this? Easy love over the wall. Flash from Xin. The Zenith Blade connects. Cleanse too late, and they trade back onto Artemis on the bot side. Getting something back. No perfect game for Cerberus.
Okay, that's something to actually hold on to from the side from ASE. They got a kill onto the carry. Zane hit everything. They got all of the summoners from Artemis as well. I'm not sure where exactly Ronopi was. I didn't see him in the top side. Did he just keep a wave in the mid lane? It's kind of weird, but that's a kill on the boat for AS Esports. Now they can have something to look towards to, but Zer is still so behind.
Yeah, and they so bringing Biggie down to try and double down on it, but a good ward from Ronopi will send them running. So good start for Cerberus, but ASC's bot lane getting that Zeri into position. Maybe a back interruption. No, not gonna happen. And now just everything lands. We kind of know this. You mentioned it before. Great follow-up. Artemis a little bit hung out to dry, and we see Ronopi, in the mid lane. Sort of setting up for a Rift Herald play that wasn't going to come.
And of course, it's not only his blame. Artemis was walking up with no support, no one close to him on the map. There was no reason to do that at all. If you wanted to snoop into the river, you could go towards the tribus, maybe ward it, maybe check it with your Boomerang Blade, and it's not all the support's fault. But it's okay, it's a loss they can take at this moment. They're still almost 3k ahead on the 10-minute mark. It's a really comfortable lead. Jax already has his Divine Sunder completed, 301, 3 plates down. And now the Rift Herald is taken. It's in Draktar's pockets. And the question is, where do they place it? What's the play?
Do they place it? What's the play? Indeed, we have pressure coming in from the top side, of course. Yado as well, running this mid lane for sure. They're gonna just settle for a dragon for now, but on the bot lane pressure, they have 2 plates already down in there, so that could be an easy break, top or bottom, wherever they want to drop the Rift Herald. Open map for Cerberus, and now what does ASE do to respond? Surely just try and catch as much gold as possible.
Well, will they catch gold? However, there's a jungle. The top lane is unplayable. Just while you were talking, I realized that there's a 2-level difference aside from the third VCS and the 3 kills. So I'm not sure how do you play the top lane. Now, Biggie, I don't think he's ever gonna step on the top side again. It's a lost game. He'll just get decimated. But there's a gank brewing on the bottom lane. There's the dredge line. It will not hit anyone, but the Rift Herald drops, and the Ahri from Yado comes all around the play so that they can get this wave away from Isilov and get the first turret for their AD carry.
Hold on to Artemis, bringing him back from that misstep. Has been absolutely running this lane otherwise, and now first breakdown kind of breaks open the laning phase, expecting rotations to come on through. And I mean, we kind of said top lane's over. Just they need where do they make out? How do they find picks? I guess you can now park someone in this bot lane, try and keep a wave close, but from where do we really try and see ASC? Because right now they're just holding lanes, looks like solo queue. You're falling behind, but you're just gonna keep going back to your lane and not being proactive.
Yeah, they don't try to do anything. They're still scrambling the goal around for the first items, most of them as well. At least Playcool already has his Loden's Tempest on that Azir. He has a bit of power, but look at Pan. He holds the wave. There was a 20-30 CS difference last time we checked. Now it's almost 50. And I think if he keeps up like that, it's going to be Flame Horizon. Now, Zane is already there, but Isilov is so behind the rotation that they cannot pressure at all.
Yeah, Zin coming up early alongside Biggie, but they back off. They don't try and go on to Pun in a 3-man. But now the bot lane is here first for ASE. Overloaded top side of the map. This can give LLT a little bit of time to bring things back to position. But with this transition to the mid wave, this might open up a good option. Oh, but ASE, hook lands, can't find the full engage. That steadfast presence denying 2 engages in. Biggie so low already as the orb runs down. Artemis flashing over the wall to finish him off, and Zin left in no man's land on the other side of the fight. EasyLove is doing all he can, but can't get over the wall. Another kill for Yado. That cleans it up beautifully. And Cerberus smashed the fight. They looked out of position, but they bring it on home, and this mid lane tower shall be their reward.
And honestly, how disgusting is Pop in our meta? The 2 steadfast presences, she interrupted 3 dashes, got 2 people stuck onto walls, and there was no hope, no joy, and nothing for the side of AS Esports. Biggie tries to keep on with the engage. He just gets out with the skin of his teeth, flashing back onto the red side. Look, he has 100 HP, and he didn't even realize, and it's Artemis Playground. Yado almost got caught by Playcool, but where's the damage? It's nowhere to be found. And got down to the fire. He says, oh, you don't need me? Okay, I'm gonna go grab a second tower for our team. And LLT just got 2 waves of farm. It's not worth at all. It's unplayable.
Definitely not. They clean up the top lane tower as well within that play. And now just gold has broken up, has just exploded. 5k in the lead. Where? I mean, what am I gonna say? I'm not meant to be a play-by-play caster, so I'm so like, oh, I'll just go to give it to the color. How do they get back into it? Of course, it looks impossible.
I think you kind of play tower defense. You maybe even let them get the inner turrets sooner than they expected, and then sieging onto the inhibitor turrets, it's a bit more difficult. It's you need to commit much more resources just to one side of the map. The other side can run amok So maybe you play like that, but is there any wave clear? There is for Azir, not that much for Zeri. Zeri needs to get onto her fourth item, which will be the Titanic Hydra, just to get a smidge more wave clear. And Gwen cannot do anything without sacrificing half her HP at the time. So you kinda can do it, but at the same time, I think that Sivir with 2.5 items already can just push the waves with the presses of 2 buttons and maybe 3 right clicks, and then right click your tower from a distance you cannot do anything.
Yeah, keeping these waves shoved should be net a nice dragon for the side of ASC, picking up those bonus stats from these buffed drakes. Now, but looks like they're going to try and collapse onto Pun, but look how low LLT already is. He just walks away. There's nothing. Flash comes in, but even better from Pun. Dodges the Shurima Shuffle, and now he's feeling happy to walk right up. Committed 3 members. They got his Flash, but it was a trade. And Easy Dragon, no response.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that he needed to flash. Did he see the W damage onto LLT? That's 1/3 of his HP with 1 enhanced auto attack. God damn.
Could have just been knocked into the team, killed LLT, and then used the flash to get away. But Yano not going to be quite so lucky, as Xin is here to drop the stun. Ignite just going to be enough. Xin picks up that kill. Not the target you really want to get the gold onto, but at this point, anything's a win.
Yeah, it's a silver lining, but not really silver, more like bronze for the side of ASC. They got 450 gold, got it onto the support. Great, you can have more wards or something, I'm not sure. But on the other side of the map, you ask what's the cost of that play. The cost is an easy second tier turret. They can guide the Herald just to crash into the inhibitor turret, but they don't seem to want to. There's a play again. Lovely CC chain. There's no hope for Yado.
No hope for Yado. Not quite enough damage to pop him by the Azir and get the gold where you want it, but still it's something. Pun able to teleport to the top side and defend that tower as well. And I understand kind of not wanting to crash the inhibitor and break that open at 18 minutes. Super minions right there. A little bit too early. No Baron to pressure or anything along those lines. But just absolute dominance from this team. 8k in the lead already. All objectives. Only these kills keeping ASE in the game. I'm just... how you doing?
I don't know.
How you doing, buddy? It's
I don't know as well. Every time that I look only at the top lane, I'm face palming already. That's 2 items onto Pan, not even the Rift Maker onto LLD. The minion difference is over 70. The level difference is 3 levels, and there's no jungle catch-up XP. You can't do anything to save your soul. You just need to stay there and suffer for I don't know how many minutes are left in the game. But Drakthar wants to dive. If that was Malrank, he would have flashed.
Yeah, I was half expecting it too, but playing it safe, playing it cool, around play cool. Not gonna try and go for that, but this is just a slow choke out. It really does feel like Cerberus are just waiting for Baron, and I mean, Rev, you came in an emergency fill, and you got one of the most outrageous stomps we've seen in a while. Knock away from play call, easy tower. So I guess you get to go early. It feels like.
Well, that's not what I signed it for. I signed it for a bloodbath, 20 kills for both sides. Now it's not even half a kill per minute. That's not the VCS I know and love. But on the other side, it kind of makes sense when it opens so wide from so early in the game. You need to respect it, you need to play back, you need to just catch waves. And on the other side, there's not really that much of a forcing from the side of Cerberus Esports, because yeah, you have the Poppy, but after a point she's just a tank, her damage is flat, she cannot execute anyone. The Nautilus can engage, but there's this misconception that Nautilus is a tank, and he's not when he plays support. He still struggles to get to his first item. He has a measly shield on his W spell and nothing more to just keep him alive. his stopwatch is already broken. And then you kind of expect people to run into Jax or run into the Ari, Charm, which is not the easiest thing to do if the enemy team has more than 5 brain cells. And it seems that ASC, although they do not play the game very well, have more than 5 brain cells indeed.
Yeah, just gonna keep playing out. Gold might be coming back some way soon, but wave clear is just good. The response is there. Now it's gonna maybe kick off. Flash hook comes in. The charm did not land from Yado, but huge knockup from the depth charge. But the turn is great. Biggie jumps straight onto Yado and blows him up. The ultimate ends up saving Playcool's life. Oh, never mind. Oh, an auto attack made it through. Falls down. 1-for-1 overall. Both mid laners gone. And then just Punch just hanging out in the bot lane split pushing. He's having a grand old time.
Yeah, he's just chilling, just Pving. He's ready for the next raid. He's ready for the League MMO that's coming out in I don't know how long. But on the other side, how good is Zin? He's the one member that can take away this match with ease. He has played every good play for the side of ASE. It's been him. He's the MVP. He knows where to turn. He knows how to layer all his CC perfectly to just get one member. And full play. I really want to see this replay. I want to see the end. I'm not even sure that was an auto attack. I think that was a ricochet. Because right now Artemis has all that attacks, it has all that little tempo.
Oh, it's a ricochet!
It's a ricochet! Oh my god!
I cannot imagine the roller coaster of emotions from Playcool right there. You get knocked out by the Keeper's Verdict, you're like, ha! I survived! And then a ricochet comes and takes you out and just ruins your whole afternoon.
Not even a spell.
I'd AFK.
Yeah, it's not even a skill shot. It's not even an auto attack. But there's Span 1v3.
He's going in. He's going back in for it.
What?
Flash from Playcool will get him out, but that was so close to winning a 1v4 scenario. Doesn't happen. It's gonna trade for Baron overall as they see everyone on the other side of the map. You take that. Why not? You deserved it.
Yeah, and he's the actual raid boss of the game because they needed the Needlework, they needed, I think, the Emperor's Divide, they needed the Solar Flare to get him, plus a Flash, and it was so much. If Zin hadn't stepped in, I'm pretty sure that he would have taken at least one with him. The shutdown goes to the other side, but it doesn't matter. They get the Baron, the gold lead is still over 10k. At the 24-minute mark, the last Elemental Drake of the game will spawn in 3 minutes, but I'm not even sure we'll get to see his death because right now there's so much individual power and so much team power into Cerberus' team fight potential.
Yeah, Baron in hand then just can finally start to set up these final sieges onto the inhibitor turrets. Pun going back to the scene of the crime, he wants more. Can't interrupt, but he's still going for it. Drakthar gonna force Easy Love over the wall, and now these teams just back at it, gonna just bring these waves up, try and crash them, trying to look for something. Not the most range in the composition, so sieging isn't their best suit. But the damage is just so much. Look at these towers melt. Zin takes a charm and loses half his health bar. That's one tower, and a wave being set up on the bot side by Pun should be an easy 2.
Yeah, and it just makes sense. Look at the silver items. There's already Infinity as a third. He already is 950 goals away from the Guardian Angel. He has the stopwatch, has the BF sword. Everything is going so well for them. And there's not much that AS Esports can do right now to stop it. Maybe if there wasn't a Baron buff, Azir could have done something. But as we know, Baron has minions are mostly immune to magic damage. Their Mar skills so well. So there's not a lot that they can do. They can just wait and maybe catch out Pun again.
Yeah, looks like it's been a big engagement of Pun, but he's going to not quite survive. The Zhonya's comes in, stopwatch. But I traded again. They're committing everything they want to hurt Pun's KDA, if nothing else. They're going to do so, but they just lose the map in the process. Look, Pun's just drawing so much attention. Both times he's nearly gotten a kill. This is just feels inevitable. One more tower left.
Once again, they used 3 ultimates on him, and there was nothing they could do on the other side, because if you use half of those resources, kill Pan, and then can rotate to choke out the rest of Cerberus Esports, that would be an excellent play. That would be a game-turning play. But right now, what you're doing is just falsifying analysis data, because the kill score shows 8-5, but are those really 5 kills that you can do something with? No, I think maybe the 2 deaths on Tuyado are kills that they can actually get something from. But apart from that, they're just catching out Pan with the cost of the whole map, of all their structures, and there's almost nothing left for them to defend.
Yeah, they're definitely raising a nice point about making stats lie to you. Gonna see Punt, if we ever get the scoreboard back, we're gonna see Punt have a pretty mediocre looking line, a couple kills, a couple of deaths, no like big standout numbers for sure, but this man has brought so much pressure. He has been the focus point of ASE's ire, and well earned. And now he's gonna pick up this dragon solo while Cerberus siege onto this top lane inhibitor. Play calls on the bot side. They could maybe catch a numbers advantage here, but they're just not in position. They're not set up to do so.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult at the moment to siege. As you said before, the range is not that great. Yeah, they get the soul, but it's not like a game-defining soul. They get a bit more movement speed. They can dash a bit more around the map when using their ultimates. But apart from that, they haven't got all the waves stacked up. The mid lane just gets into the inhibitor level. The bot lane is still ahead.
Just muscle in. And that's on the play call. This could just be the end of the game. It's going to remove the Azir. He's going to push Ron OP back, and the book, and someone gets sent right back to Fountain. Teleport from Pun. He's coming in to join, looking for the stun. Lands it onto 2. So far, no one has died. It might be Yado.
Wait.
Cerberus are losing the fight. They're losing the fight. The decision making was split. They didn't find a kill, and it's a 2-0, and ASE hold.
I wanna say that it doesn't mean anything, because there are 3 inhibs down, there are double mega minions on all waves starting from now, just pouring into ASE's base, but wait a minute, that gives so much gold towards the side of ASE. The gold diff was, I don't know, 13k, now it's 9. We haven't seen it on single thousand digits for at least 10 minutes, and is there a chance?
And we were saying this game was over at 19 minutes. It's been nearly 10. Sure, it's going to be hard to come back from, but just look at this. How do they win?
Yeah, Artemis just hits the inhibitor a bit more. There are 2 people pushed away from Daktar, but Pan is so cocky at this point. He's so fast, he deals so much damage. He wants just to play around with his foot, but
Where's
the foot bites back. Artemis just returned full inhibitor. No one hits the Nexus towers. No one hits the opponents. And let's see if they bought enough time, because the Baron has spawned. Zin is onto vision because his control ward does not cancel the regular ward over there, and Biggie is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, Biggie's making his way in now. They have to try and check him out. This Wukong could make that steal. 5,000 health on Baron. Biggie cannot get near it. Nope, Cerberus just gonna pick this one up safely. Now they can just walk it in. They have double super minions pouring in. Surely this is it.
Yeah, there was such a high risk, high reward play that ASE could have pulled through if Biggie would have went in. Even if he died for the Baron buff, the rest of the team could just hold the line for him to respawn and maybe play a team fight afterwards. Now they're gonna recede back to the Nexus Tower. They're gonna let the inhibitors fall once again. They're gonna make the super minions spawn once again. And maybe Cerberus just waits for the towers to melt?
Yeah, it looks like it. That's going to be the end of the game. The minions have destroyed the towers. Play cool sweeps nobody into the fountain, and now this time Artemis is hitting the enemy team, and this time ASE are falling down, and this will be the end of this game. Whew!